Toastmasters now, we have 6 pathways. Pathways is the education system in Toastmasters International. We learn communication skill. We learn public speaking skill by finishing path by path. But I'm not going to go into every path specifically because all the paths is designed in the same manner, 5 stages. And I'll go through the 5 stages with you. Every path, we will go through this stage, the level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. Let's look into level 1. Level 1 is the fundamental skills that you have to learn in order to master public speaking or communication skill. Icebreaker. Today our theme is begin with the end in mind. Icebreaker is also the same. Why do I say so? Icebreaker is the first time you speak in front of the public. Icebreaker is for you to introduce yourself. When you introduce yourself, you know yourself so much. You know yourself, you have everything in your mind. You don't even need to think and memorize, right? You should be naturally speaking from your heart, right? You should be talking about yourself because this is the person you know, you're familiar most. So everything should come automatic, like non-stop. This indeed is the highest level of public speaking. You should be speaking from your heart. Speaking so naturally, like talking about yourself in every speech you do, you present. Of course, when you are doing your icebreaker, you have the nervousness, you have the fear, stage fear that limited you. But that essence is what we want to have at the end. Now, moving on to writing a speech with purpose. Just now, I give you an example. When you talk to someone, you don't give that purpose of your communication. People, it will have a hard time and the effectiveness will be reduced. Just now I give you an example, right? When you say, Elysia, I want to talk to you with this issue that I concern. This is your purpose. You come to me. But if you don't say that upfront, people will be following, spinning around, putting around the bush, like don't understand eventually what you're talking about. So with a purpose and state your purpose from the very beginning, it is very important. It makes a big difference. Introduction to vocal variety and body language. You know that 55% of our speaking is non-verbal. If I talk to you like no facial expression, no body gesture, no hand gesture, no body language, no vocal variety, I just talk like that. What do you think? And you listen to me, you wish to pick up my message, pick up what I say also together with the visual. I demonstrate one example to you. It is like the same words I say. What are you doing? Right? What are you doing? So, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? Same words, same sentence. The impact is different. Correct? So, vocal variety, body language is very, very important in your speaking. Evaluation and feedback. Do you know that even taking evaluation, taking feedback, you need to learn. You need to take feedback and evaluation with an open mind and open heart. We must learn that to be humble. We must have the humble heart to learn. And in Toastmasters, we also must understand one very important. Everyone is learning in Toastmasters. We come to this platform in Toastmasters. When you receive feedback, that is a little bit harsh. Don't take it too hard. We have to take every feedback with open heart, with understanding. This person is also learning. You take the meaning of the feedback. Don't be too sensitive, right? Learning with open heart and open mind is very important. Now, after finishing level 1, you should have the basic and fundamental skills to do a speech. Let's move into level 2. Level 2 is about learning your style. Communication starts from yourself. You need to learn yourself first. Because everyone have a different style. You cannot pretend who you are not. But you can improve on who you are. bring out the best in you by going through these speeches, project speeches, understanding your leadership style. I was very surprised when I first found out my leadership style. And my leadership style changed from the first time I did this project. The second time, of course, I finished six paths. Then you will be surprised to see your leadership style change because this is your improvement. Every time you find, oh, I am like that, I need to change. So that's how you improve yourself. And you know that if your leadership style is authoritative, you feel that, oh, this is not what I want. I want to be softer. I want to be more approachable. Then you can adjust yourself through the feedback and through the project. Communication style is the same. I used to be very direct, very direct, and I am still very direct. Nonetheless, I've learned the skill that I can be direct, but I have to learn the soft skill, the word I use, the tones, the gesture, the facial expression. All this one I learned, and although I still keep my nature as a very direct person, but wrapping with all this skill, do you feel more comfortable with me now? I hope yes, and I believe yes. Introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. This project is very, very, very important because everyone join Toastmasters would have a mentor. And this mentorship is from mutual, from both sides. As a mentee, as a protege, you have a lesson to learn. You need to work with the mentor. You need to really learn to have the best result. And the mentor, of course, have a lot to learn. So at the end of this project, present this speech. In Toastmasters, it's like that. Every project is something for you to learn. That is an objective. And you learn through that, and then you deliver the lesson learned, what you have learned, what you gain. And this is how we share with all the members who have not done this project. And you want to give a message to encourage people to be more participative, to be more encouraging if you are a mentor that you have learned. If you're a mentee and you find that your mentor is not so it's a little hard, let's say, a little hard, and you wish your mentor could be a little softer, a little more approachable, more proactive. And then when you deliver your speech, you can tell the audience who want to be a mentor, you can say, oh, when I want to be a mentor next time, I want to watch out my attitude. I want to watch out how I say. I need to spend time with my mentee first and build the connection, understand each other, all these things, what you have learned, right? So level 2 is very important. Now you learn yourself. You are ready to serve, to go further. Increasing knowledge, level 3. Yes, starting from level 3, 4, and 5, every part will have a little bit of different, mainly from the first speech, the mandatory speech. Others, the elective, are the same. Now, we want to focus on the purpose. I'm not going through every speech. The 1 and 2 are very important. I must go through each and every one. But starting from 3, 4, 5, I will go to one example later, but I want to tell you the purpose of every level. In level 3, it is to help us increase knowledge. Yes, of course, you need to increase knowledge because as a speaker, you need to talk about a lot of things that are meaningful, that can benefit the audience. There are things that you don't know, you need to learn. For example, negotiate the best outcome. Have you experienced negotiation? Negotiation is not only in business, it's everywhere, even at home, with your family, your kids. So in this project, it tells you exactly what is negotiation. It provides you the skill. It's a good skill to learn. After that, you can teach. When you have the knowledge, you can teach. There are a lot of knowledge we can learn from each level. Now we come to the elective. The elective for this level 3. Look at all this you can learn. A lot you can learn. That's how you learn to be effective communicator. You need knowledge. You need skills. Learn how to be an active listener. Communication indeed begins with listening. Do you realize that when you ask a question, what does it mean? It means you want to listen. You want to know more of the person. You need to find out first. So when people talk, you want to listen because a lot of people, they cannot talk succinctly to the point. They are beating around the bush. Then you have to get the gist from all these things. Connect with storytelling. Yeah, a lot of people like storytelling. Story is very good to get people's attention. Creating effective visual aids, deliver social speeches, effective body language. Focus on the positive. Inspire your audience. Know your sense of humor. Make connection through networking. Prepare for an interview. Understanding vocal variety. If you didn't do it that one, you can do it again. One thing good about those pathways, you have the chance to repeat what you have delivered and not being fully satisfied. You can do it again. Keep practicing. Then using a presentation software, research and presentation. All these topics, I love them. Now I want to pick one more example because I think this is very, very good. Focus on the positive. This project, I encourage everyone to do it at least one time. In this project, you will record your mood, your feeling every day consecutively for 14 days. And you want to observe your negative moods. Then how do you turn all this negativity into positivity? This is the chance for you to learn, to practice. And then you can share your experience in your speech delivery. Level 4. Level 4, now you have the basic of the communication. You know yourself, your strength, right? Now, then you have learned a lot of knowledge, some knowledge from level 3. It's time to put all things together, to build skills solidly. Then you start to have a bigger project. You do all these things with projects. Manage change is a project. Okay, I think all of the speeches in starting from level 4, in a way, is a project, either a bigger one or smaller one or longer one or shorter one. You always have to do a project. Then at the end, you share what you have learned through this project, your challenges, the lesson learned. Very interesting. See, in level 4, we have a lot of options. Build a social media presence. Have you tried it before? Have you done it? Create a podcast. Manage online meeting. Manage projects successfully. Managing a difficult audience. I like this. I love this project very much. I learned so much from this project and I applied it in my career. I am a trainer. I do have a lot of difficult audience during my training session, and I apply the skills practically. It's very important. And then we have manage public relations strategies, Q&A session, and write a compelling blog. Try it. You will build up your skill and make a very solid competencies. Last but not least, level 5. When come to level 5, this level 5 is the finale. It's the end of each path. When you come to level 5, you should be able to speak like a pro. Yes, you do have that skill at this stage. In level 5, almost every project is considered a big project. We have a project called Speak Professionally. It's in some path is a mandatory. I think presentation mastery is a mandatory. If you don't get that path, you can do it from the elective. Prepare to speak professionally. Do you know that before I did this project, I didn't know specifically what is professional. And sometimes you take for granted. You think you know what is professional. Wait until you do this project. You look at all these criteria. So then after that, I became so confident. You know why? Because I know exactly what I should do, what I should say, how I do it is considered professional. And when you know it very clearly, you can check it yourself, right? And you dress up professionally, right? And then you stand, your gesture, your knowledge about that project, all these things show that you are professional in that topic. Now, having said all this one, let me show you one example. When you do a pathways project, I would like to highlight and reiterate one thing. Most people, they only read the purpose from this evaluation form. No, even to today, when I do a speech project, although I know already, I've done it, I still go back to the manual. There's no easy way. Don't take the shortcut. Go back to the manual. This evaluation form is very, very brief. You will be missing a lot. Let me show you what you will be missing. Compare these two. If you only read this evaluation form, the purpose statement, check it out. How much you have missed? How much? A lot of people, when I do evaluation, they say, the evaluation form. I said, did you read the manual? You must read the manual to identify specifically what you need to achieve. What is the objective? There's no shortcut. Because if you don't do so, you will not be able to specifically achieve the objective. If you don't achieve the objective, what does it mean? You didn't learn. You didn't learn. You can see in Toastmasters, you can even you feel it yourself. If you rush through speeches, you will realize that you didn't improve much because you didn't meet the objective. When you didn't meet the objective, it really means you didn't learn it. This is, I can assure you. Now, talking about begin with the end in mind. Our pathways have a lot of information. A pathways manual have a lot of information. A lot of people told me, I have read it, but then they still don't understand. And I give you some focus. When you come to the manual, after reading the objective, you go right to the competency. This is the end. At the end, you will learn what you will learn. You have to check it yourself. Do you get this competency? If you don't get this competency, you didn't learn it. This is the end. You must begin with the end in mind. This is what it means. Go check it out. At the end of this project, what should I learn? What kind of competency I would have? In Toastmasters, this pathways manual provide you a lot of information. When you go to the content page, this one is just general. Some paths, they don't have that much of the content, but generally, you focus on these things. These are the information source you need to read through to know how to do this project. Really true. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Starting from different between explanations. I have covered everything I want to cover.